Hey everyone, I'm the Exalt Tai and welcome to a Fire Emblem Heroes guide on how to use Close Call and Repel. They're great skills, but why are they great? Should I try to summon for them and what characters use it? I'm here to help. This video will go over what the skill is, why or why not to go for the skill, and then how to use it if you decide to go for it. I'll also be including details about certain parts of the skill as well as showcasing a few builds. If you have thoughts on these skills or builds that feature them, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Also, subscribe, it helps me a lot, and consider checking out my other Fire Emblem Heroes content. Now then, let's begin.
Put your heart into it.
Close Call and Repel are damage reducing B skills. They have the same damage reducing effect, but a different secondary effect. Close Call has the same effect as Hit and Run, while Repel has the same effect as Knockback. So honestly, choose whichever you want, or really, use whatever you can summon. Personally, I think Hit and Run is better. If the foe dies, then they don't get knocked back. But with Hit and Run, you can initiate, and if the foe dies or you take a reduced hit, you'll still move back one space to a safer place. So let's look at the main effect. If the unit speed is greater than the foe's speed, the skill will reduce the damage from the attack and AoE specials like Blazing Light or Growing Wind by a percentage. That percent is the difference in speed times 4 with a max of 40% reduction. 40% is pretty nice, and it helps a lot of characters survive hits that they might not have. Of course, to get that 40%, you'll need to have 10 speed or more than the foe. So let's take a look at why you should use Close Call and Repel. The main key reason is the reduced damage. It increases survivability so the unit can keep being used. Not dying also helps with arena and ether raid scoring for better rewards, and you'd love to see those orbs and heroic grails. The damage reduction is fantastic against high attack low speed units like Surtur or Eliwood. These skills do reduce special damage as well, so your unit can survive both fighter or vengeful fighter units. A small detail about that is that most of the time, you should have higher speed than the foe, so you can get the most damage reduced, and they can't double attack you, which is important for survivability. Skills like Bolt Fighter or Brash Assault will be able to bypass the no double, which is important to keep in mind. These skills also reduce AoE special damage, which is very helpful. Area effect specials can deal some massive widespread damage and turn things into your favor really fast. I should know, I have a Life and Death 4 Special Spiralophilia. Tempest Trials and Ether Raids has never been easier. The second reason is the easy conditions. You just need speed, which a lot of recent units have. In fact, all the units that currently have these skills all have 40 base speed or more. And that's perfect for using these skills. You also have plenty of skills that boost speed, whether it's on the unit or on the ally. We also have plenty of skills that decrease the foe's speed so you can get the max damage reduction. These skills also synergize with Phantom Speed Seal. It is a speed comparison, which, well, the seal only exists for the speed comparisons. Anyways, it will give plus 10 speed for the comparison, which can help reach the max damage reduction. Keep in mind that Phantom Speed Seal only adds plus 10 speed for the comparison, not for outside doubling or anything like that. But why should you not use them? It takes up the B slot, which is very significant. A lot of infantry units excel with that B slot. Skills like Desperation, Vantage, Chills, Lulls and Nulls, Wrath, and others are important to certain characters. Damage reducing is great, but you also have to factor the value of other B skills and see if it's worth using Close Call and Repel over them. Definitely the exceptions to that would be the units with personal weapons or skills that can make up for the B slot. A character like that would be regular Marita, who already has Close Call. Second, it's limited by speed. These skills need fast units, preferably units with high base speed. Not everyone can do that, and not everyone is able to summon the right unit. Sure, Phantom Speed Seal can fix that, but it takes up the seal slot, which could be used for Brazen, Quick Repos, Sparrow, and other useful seals. These skills have plenty of positives, as well as plenty of negatives. But before I go any further, I want to cover some details about certain parts of the skill to help with the decision. Wrath and Woe Dao weapons deal an additional plus 10 damage when these special triggers. It ignores the defense and res. However, Close Call and Repel still do reduce the damage. For example, Lyn fights Fallen Ike. In this example, Ike will have more than 10 speed than Lyn. Lyn will have a plus attack boon, no A slot skill, and have Wrath active. So a normal attack from Lyn will do around 15 damage, which is then reduced to 9 damage thanks to Ike's Repel. She then uses Moonbow, which is boosted by Wrath. She would do 35 damage and that would defeat Ike, but it's reduced to 21 damage, so Ike lives and takes down Lyn. Close Call and Repel are solid counters to Wrath and similar weapons. Another part is to reducing the AoE damage. Doing so is pretty helpful against users like Ophelia or Ingreen. you have a lower chance of getting AoE splashed into 1 damage. You know, I kinda wish this also worked for the lightning trap in Ether Raids, but she can't have everything. Back on topic, surviving against AoE specials is fantastic, but there's a problem. Certain AoE users like Ophelia are very fast. Due to their already high base speed and often running Life and Death 3, it lowers the percent that Close Call and Repel are able to reduce. That's something to be aware of. The best counter to that is to bring speed debuffs and /or speed buffs. Chill speed or hone speed 4 or really anything to help decrease the damage is helpful. Something else to keep in mind is that the percent isn't like Triangle Adept. With Triangle Adept, it adds onto the weapon triangle advantage, going from 20% to 40%, but Close Call and Repel do not add. For this example, I'll be looking at Brave Ike with the first part of his Irvan Refine, where he reduces damage from the foe's first attack by 40%. If Ike has Close Call or Repel and has more than 10 speed in the foe, then he'll get the max damage reduction from it. However, they do not add to make 80%. So let's say the foe does 10 damage. Irvan will reduce it by 40%, and that is multiplied by Close Call and Repel's 40%. So 60% of the damage left times the other 60%, so 0.6 times 0.6 to equal 0.36 or 36%. The foe's damage is not reduced by 80%. Or I guess another way of saying it is it's not reduced to 20% of the original. The foe's damage is reduced to 36% of the original. The game will round up, so 10 damage becomes 4 damage. It's interesting that they don't add, but it does make sense. Irvan's other damage reducing effect does it by 80%, and then adding 40% on top of that wouldn't make sense. Like, what would you do with 120% damage reduction? Will like that heal Ike instead? Yeah, so it just multiplies, not adds. And the final thing I want to go over is Altina and her personal special, Twin Blades. Altina was given for free, and mostly everyone has her, so that's why I figured it would be important to mention her. Twin Blades boosts damage by 40% of Altina's res, and disables non-special skills that reduce damage by X%. When she procs this special, Close Call and Repel do not reduce the damage. That can be potentially bad since Altina hits hard and has a lot of res, so Twin Blades will deal a good amount of damage. Keep in mind that this is only when she procs the special. All other normal attacks will be reduced by Close Call and Repel. So after all that, if you do decide to go for Close Call and Repel, here's how to use them. First and foremost, you want a unit who has high speed, preferably someone close to 40 base speed. I have seen the videos that showcase Brave Ike with these skills, and yeah, it's really good on him, but he doesn't have the best speed. Second, you want to find out if that unit has some way of making up that lost B slot. For instance, Lady Ablaze Mia. I love Mia, but from an honest perspective, I don't think Resolute Blade and the Refine is enough to make up for the B slot. Mia does really well with Desperation, Vantage, or Wrath, and her defenses aren't that high to help with taking less damage. Rutger isn't the best option either, but there aren't too many free units that can run these skills that well. And third, use allies and skills that boost the reduction percent and boost the power of that unit. Speed Smoke and Chill Speed and anything to reduce the foe's speed helps a lot. Helbindi, Legendary Azura, and Brave Veronica all have powerful skills that allow them to buff their allies tremendously, and those buffs are going to be important for the damage reduction and if the unit will one-round the foe. Fourth step, win. You have the speed, you have the allies, and you have the damage reduction, just go and win. For some example builds, we have Double Speed Wave Male Byleth. He was given away for the people who redeemed their 3 houses copy. I didn't know that, and I didn't know how to redeem until like a few weeks ago. Anyways, Byleth comes with this encounter and Odd Speed Wave, which synergizes pretty well with Close Call. We also have Female Byleth. Distant Ward helps against magic units, but it doesn't allow her to retaliate against bow and dagger units. She does come with Even Attack Wave, which can activate with Even Speed Wave, so she can deal high damage and reduce incoming damage. The Byleth twins are excellent users due to the Creator Sword. It has the effects of no follow-up, guard on both sides, and a slaying effect. That is plenty to make up for the B slot. Here's Rutger. Because he's a Heroic Grail unit, you can definitely invest into a +10 and then give him Close Call then. His defensive bulk is very high and reducing the damage is very beneficial. He has plenty of speed at +10 to get the full damage reduction and doubles. You can find Close Call on Sayri and Marita, while Repel is on Larcy and Fallen Ike. As the game progresses, more units with these skills will appear. Nier, Selkie, and Leith have Beast Fangs that have the same damage reducing effect. However, both do not have the knockback or hit and run effect, and since it's in their fang, it's not inheritable. And that's about covers it. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. If you have any other thoughts on Close Call and Repel, I'm down to talk in the comments. You can find me on Twitter at Exalt_Tai for updates and, I guess, teasers for new videos. But with all that, stay hydrated folks, and stay safe.